understand English, but freeze when you try to speak? Do you feel stuck, like the words are there, but your mouth stays silent? You're not alone. This happens to millions of people. It's not about how smart you are. It's about what kind of practice you do. In this video, you'll do something most learners never try, but it works. You'll talk to yourself in English for 20 minutes, out loud, gently, with slow, real sentences from daily life. No grammar lessons, no fast speakers. Just simple practice that builds real fluency, step by step in your own voice. This method is called shadowing. I speak slowly, then you repeat with me. You copy the rhythm, you feel the words, you grow confidence. And here's the secret. When you speak to yourself every day, without fear, without judgment, your English stops being a school subject and starts becoming part of your real life. So get ready. Breathe. This is not just an English session. It's a moment of peace, courage, and quiet transformation. Let's begin. He wakes up slowly. His room is quiet. The light is soft. His eyes open, but his body still feels heavy. He looks at the ceiling. Another day, he thinks. And then a little voice inside says, "Let's try." That voice is quiet, but strong. He listens to it. He stretches his arms. He sits up in bed, and he whispers to himself, "I just woke up. I just woke up." That one sentence begins his day and his English practice. He feels tired. Of course, who doesn't? But this time he speaks it out loud. I feel tired, but ready. I feel tired, but ready. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. He doesn't wait for motivation. He creates it, one breath, one small sentence. That's the key. He walks to the kitchen, still slow, still quiet, and says, "Let me get some coffee." Let me get some coffee. Simple, honest, human. The coffee smells strong. The cup is warm in his hands. He doesn't rush. He sips slowly and speaks softly. It's a new day. It's a new day. His voice is calm. His rhythm is slow. There's no rush here, just a gentle start. He repeats that sentence again. It's a new day. Why? Because the mind listens. Because the brain learns when things are calm. Because every sentence we say is a small step forward. He looks at his reflection. It's not perfect, but it's real. He nods. I will speak English today. I will speak English today. That's not just a sentence, that's a promise, a small one, but powerful. And when he says it out loud, it feels true. Not because he believes 100%, but because he's choosing to try. Trying is enough. Trying is everything. This is not school. This is something deeper. This is about building a new version of himself. Many learners think they must wait for the right moment. But the truth, the right moment is now. While brushing your teeth, while drinking coffee, while sitting in silence, these are real moments, real chances, real English. You don't need a classroom. You don't need a teacher. You need a voice, your voice. That's why he speaks. That's why you speak. Out loud, right now. I just woke up. I feel tired but ready. It's a new day. These sentences, they are small, but they build something big. What if one sentence a day could change how you feel about English? Not 10, not 50, just one. One that you say with your real voice. One that you repeat without fear. I will speak English today. That's not just grammar, that's courage. And every time you say it, you're not just practicing English, you're practicing bravery. Fluency isn't just words, it's emotional strength. It's showing up for yourself when no one is watching. He's not waiting for fluency anymore. He's building it with small bricks, with simple words, with his own voice. That's why morning practice matters. It's not about the brain only, it's about the heart. And when the heart feels safe, the tongue begins to move, even if slow, even if unsure. This morning routine is not a lesson, it's a ritual. It's a way of saying, I'm here, I'm trying, I'm alive. That is powerful. So the next time you wake up, don't scroll your phone. Don't check the news. Say something to yourself, in English. Just one line, just like this. It's a new day. Then breathe. Say it again. Then add another. I will speak English today. That's how we begin, not with pressure, not with fear, but with simple, kind repetition, because that's the only way to create real change, not only in your English, but in your life. The day has started, the coffee is warm, the brain is still waking up, but now it's time to plan, even if just for a few minutes. He sits down, looks at his small notebook, and thinks, I have a lot to do today. I have a lot to do today. Not in a stressed way, in a real, honest way, because life is full, and planning in English is a great way to practice without pressure. Just you, your thoughts, and simple sentences. He opens his planner. Some people use an app, others use paper. It doesn't matter. What matters is the habit. He writes slowly, I'm working from home. I'm working from home. That's his reality today. And saying it out loud helps him feel organized, focused, clear. Speaking your plans in English is like preparing your brain, not just for language, but for action. That's fluency in real life. He adds a small but powerful goal. I want to study English for 20 minutes. I want to study English for 20 minutes. Not 1 hour, not a full class, just 20 quiet minutes to speak, to listen, to repeat. He smiles. That feels possible, and when something feels possible, it becomes a habit. That's how fluency is born. Not from force, but from daily choices, small, simple, consistent. He looks outside. The weather is calm. He says, I'll go for a walk later. I'll go for a walk later. This sentence is not only English practice, it's self-care. Movement helps the brain. Fresh air brings new ideas, and when he walks, he can repeat sentences. I see a tree. The sun is bright. I feel better. That's how you think in English. That's how you live with English, not in a book, but in the body. He adds one last thing to his plan. I'll cook something simple. I'll cook something simple. That's it. A small routine. But each sentence he speaks becomes a moment of practice. Cooking. I'm cutting vegetables. Walking. I'm going to the park. Planning. I have a lot to do. These are not just tasks. These are your new vocabulary lessons from life, from you. No need for fancy words, just real ones. You don't need to be busy to use English. You need to be present. And today is full of chances. Washing dishes, speak one sentence. Making your to-do list, speak another. Talk to yourself. Talk about your life. English is not a subject, it's a tool. It's your new way to think, plan, and grow. Even 5 minutes of this changes your mindset. And mindset, my friend, is what unlocks fluency. You can try this right now. Open your phone. Record yourself saying your plan. Just 5 lines. For example, I'm working from home. I'll study English at 3 p.m. I'll walk at 6. I'll cook rice and eggs. I'll sleep early. Then listen, repeat, smile. Because you are no longer waiting for fluency, you are living it. One sentence at a time, one plan at a time. And that's the secret most learners never learn. And so with a short plan in English, the day begins. Not perfect, not fancy, but real. That's what changes a person, not the big goals, but the small ones spoken with your own voice. Now it's time to move, not just plan, but do. He stands up. He walks to the bathroom, and he keeps talking to himself in English. He steps into the bathroom, the light is soft, the mirror shows his sleepy face. He looks at himself and says, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm brushing my teeth. That's it. One sentence. But it wakes up his brain. It connects the action to the English. The foam in his mouth doesn't stop him. He keeps going, slowly, calmly. I'm brushing my teeth. This is not school. This is real life. This is how fluency begins, one normal moment at a time. He walks to the kitchen. His stomach is starting to speak. Time for breakfast. He opens the fridge and says, I'm making breakfast. I'm making breakfast. The words are simple, but the meaning is deep. He is living in English now. Toast in the toaster, eggs in the pan, coffee brewing. He speaks as he moves. I'm making coffee. I'm cutting fruit. I'm toasting bread. Every action is a chance to speak. Every sentence is a step toward fluency. Some people wait for the right time to practice English. He doesn't. He's practicing now, while standing, while cooking, while living. He checks his phone. He sees a new message. He smiles and says, "I'm checking my phone. I'm checking my phone." Then he laughs. He's not just checking as he's training. He's using every second of his day to speak, to repeat, to grow. He walks back to his room. Time to get ready. He picks up his clothes. "I'm getting dressed. I'm getting dressed." Simple, right? But now he's not just moving, he's speaking. He puts on his pants. "I'm putting on my pants." He buttons his shirt. "I'm wearing my blue shirt." He puts on socks. "I'm almost ready." These small actions are more than habits. They are fluency in motion. Now he's by the door. It's almost time to leave. He checks his keys, his phone, his water bottle. Then he says, "I'm leaving now. I'm leaving now." That's the end of this mini session, but really, it's the beginning of the day, and the English practice continues. Outside, he sees people. He hears voices. He sees life happening, and inside his mind, English is alive too. Talking to yourself is not crazy. It's smart. It's powerful. It makes your brain work with you, not against you. Every time you say, "I'm brushing my teeth," or "I'm getting dressed," you are training fluency. And here's the best part. No pressure. No teacher watching. Just you, your voice, and your life. And life is full of practice. Try it right now. Stand up. Pick something around you. Say it. "I'm sitting at my desk. I'm listening to English. I'm learning slowly." This is not just language. This is self-respect. You are showing up for yourself. You are turning fear into action, doubt into movement. That's how confidence grows. Not in books, but in brave little sentences. He opens the door. The air is fresh. He steps outside. "I'm walking to the bus stop," he says. The sentence feels natural now. No stress, no tension, just flow, just rhythm. And soon, as he walks and breathes and speaks, a quiet thought appears. "I feel calm right now." And with that, he enters the next part of his practice, the part where emotions speak too. He stops for a moment. The street is quiet. People pass by, but he stays still. He takes a deep breath. Then softly he says, "I feel calm right now. I feel calm right now." And it's true, not because everything is perfect, but because he's present, because he's breathing, because he's speaking. These small things bring peace, and peace makes space for English, for learning, for life. But not every day feels like this. Sometimes the fear comes back, the shame, the voice that says, "You're too slow, you'll never speak well." And on those days, he looks down and whispers, "Sometimes I feel nervous. Sometimes I feel nervous." He doesn't hide it. He doesn't run from it. He names it, he speaks it, and just by saying it out loud, the fear loses power. It becomes smaller, softer. Learning a language is not only about verbs and vocabulary. It's about emotions. And emotional fluency is just as important. That's why he tells himself it's okay to feel stuck. It's okay to feel stuck. Because stuck doesn't mean stopped. Stuck is part of the journey. The key is to keep speaking even when it's hard, even when your voice shakes, even when your heart says, "Maybe I can't," because maybe you can. He keeps walking. A bird flies by, a child laughs nearby, and slowly he feels stronger. He speaks again, this time with more confidence. "I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best." That sentence is his anchor, his reminder, because no one else knows how hard this is. No one sees the fear inside, but he sees it, and still, he chooses to show up. That is real strength. And then he smiles, just a little. He's not fluent yet. He still makes mistakes. But today he spoke out loud. He repeated sentences. He practiced. He showed up. So he says something that feels strange at first, but slowly becomes natural. "I'm proud. I'm speaking today. I'm proud, I'm speaking today." And yes, proud is the right word. Not perfect, not fluent, proud. Because courage is always something to be proud of. There's a quiet power in speaking to yourself, especially in English. It's not just a language. It's a mirror. It shows how you treat yourself, how patient you are, how honest. So when he says, "I feel calm," or "I feel nervous," he's not just practicing English, he's practicing truth. And truth always leads to progress, even when it's slow. You can try this too, right now. Say it out loud. "I'm doing my best." Then again, say it until you believe it, until it becomes part of you. That's how change begins, not from outside, but from inside. No one needs to hear you. This is your private world, your private strength, and over time, that voice becomes louder than fear. As he walks, his steps feel lighter, his breath feels deeper. He looks up. The sky is still blue, the wind moves gently. He feels something new, not joy, not excitement, but peace. And in that peaceful place, he smiles again and whispers, "I spoke English today." But he doesn't stop there, because this is not the end. This is the beginning of something even more important. Did you enjoy the content and it made a difference for you? Click on Super Thanks and support our work. He stands by the window now. His day has started. But before he rushes into work, before he checks emails or answers messages, he takes one last moment. He puts a hand on his heart and says, "I spoke English today. I spoke English today." His voice is soft but clear, not rushed, not forced. This is not just a fact. It's a feeling, and that feeling matters more than grammar, more than speed, more than rules. He looks back at the morning, the small sentences, the soft shadowing, the honest emotions, and he says, "I said 20+ sentences. I said 20+ sentences." He's not counting to impress anyone. He's counting to see himself, to feel the effort, because every word was a win, every repetition was a little victory, and this kind of practice, most people never do it, but he did. You did. He smiles, a real one, because for the first time in a long time, he didn't just watch English. He didn't just listen to others. He spoke, he moved his mouth, he used his voice, and now he says something he almost never says to himself. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yes, not because it was perfect, but because it was real. And real is rare. Real is brave. Real is beautiful. He turns off the light, puts away his notebook, but before he walks away, he speaks one more promise. "I'll speak again tomorrow." I'll speak again tomorrow. That sentence is not just a plan. It's a commitment, a habit, a seed. Fluency is not something we achieve like a prize. It's something we grow, watered by repetition, fed by courage, protected by patience. He takes a deep breath. There are still many words he doesn't know, many sentences he cannot say yet. But today, that doesn't hurt. Today, he feels something better than perfect. He feels honest, and he speaks his truth, clearly, kindly. "I'm not perfect, but I'm real. I'm not perfect, but I'm real." And in this moment, that's enough, more than enough. This kind of practice session is quiet. It doesn't give you a certificate. It doesn't have tests, but it gives you something deeper, connection, with your voice, with your mind, with the language. And when that connection is strong, confidence grows. Slowly, yes, but deeply. And deep fluency lasts forever. He walks away now, but his mind is still speaking. "I did it. I showed up. I practiced." These thoughts repeat like soft music in the background. He doesn't need motivation today. He found something better, a rhythm, a flow, a quiet power. And that power stays with him. So, the session is done, but the journey continues. Because now, English is not just a language, it's part of him, it's part of you. And tomorrow, when the new day starts again, there's only one question left to ask. Will I speak again? And the answer is already waiting in your heart. You did it. You didn't just listen, you didn't just watch. You spoke English today, with your own voice. That matters. Now take a moment. Close your eyes. Ask yourself, how did it feel to speak without pressure? What part felt easy? What part felt difficult? And most important, will you do this again tomorrow? Because this is how real fluency grows, not with big goals, but with small daily action. So here's your challenge. Talk to yourself again later today, even just one sentence. Choose a moment, like brushing your teeth or making dinner, and speak out loud. Repeat something from this video. Let it become part of you. And remember, you don't need perfect grammar. You don't need to be fast. You just need to be consistent. Real fluency is built by real people doing real practice. Now tell me in the comments, which sentence from today's practice felt most powerful to you? Which one will you say again tomorrow? If you felt calm, connected, and motivated during this session, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and practice with me every day. Your voice matters in English and in life. Let's keep growing together.